Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mia Funt. I'm co-founder and president of ByHeart. I'm honored to be here with you all today. And I'm so proud to welcome you to our facility here in Reading, Pennsylvania. This is our Center of Excellence for Infant Nutrition. How we feed our babies is one of the first and most intimate decisions that we make as new parents, and it's incredibly important. It helps to set the foundation for our baby's future health. 5 years ago, when we started ByHeart, we set out to take a path that no new entrant has taken in decades. We set out to own our supply chain, own and oversee our supply chain. That meant acquiring our manufacturing facility, hand-selecting every ingredient, and running the largest clinical trial in the last 25 years. When we launched just now in March of this year, we became one of just 5 infant formula manufacturers in this country, and the very first new infant formula manufacturer in the last 15 years. When we set out to launch ByHeart, our commitment was to building ground up to deliver innovation and highest quality nutrition, to use the latest nutrition science and breast milk research to create an infant formula that got closer to breast milk than ever before with cleanest ingredients, to give parents confidence in how they feed and nourish their babies. Little did we know how important and powerful that decision would be today in enabling us to use certain levers that are in our control to show up for parents in this time of need during an infant formula shortage and parent crisis. I'm very honored to be here today and to welcome Governor Wolf. Thank you so much for being here. And First Lady Frances Wolf. Thank you. In addition to being an incredible supporter of agricultural advancement and economic development right here in Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf has been an incredible supporter of ByHeart and our innovation and our efforts to scale highest quality infant formula production for our babies. Alongside Pennsylvania Senator Judy Schwenk, Secretary of Agriculture Russell Redding, and Congresswoman Chrissy Houlihan, Governor Wolf has been an incredible supporter of creating opportunities to continue to scale and to create highest quality nutrition for our babies here in the U.S. We're so grateful for the support and so happy to be here together today. So with that, welcome to the ByHeart family. Welcome everyone here to our facility. And thank you for being here, especially in this moment when it is so important for us to all show up for parents in the midst of this shortage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia, and I also want to make sure, Representative Mark Gillen is here too. Your farm is right across the river, right?
It is.
It is, okay. So I was in Pittsburgh, Mia, and I appreciate the nice words, but I love basking in your reflected glory right now. I was in Pittsburgh just this morning, and the first question in the press conference was, so what is Pennsylvania doing about the baby formula shortage? My answer? That. Huh? There is no other state in the country, and practically, I imagine, very few other places in the entire world right now that can lay claim to what's going on right here, which is that ByHeart is creating a whole new formula, a new way for nursing children to get the formula they need, and at a time when there is a shortage. And so it's perfect timing. Did you plan this? It's just, this is really amazing, and I'm so proud of Pennsylvania that we could support this and be the home to this, because as I say, you really make us proud, and it's a wonderful thing for Pennsylvania to be able to lay claim to the first baby formula manufacturer to open up, I think, in 15 years. Actually, anywhere in the world, right? Is it just in the United States? Well, in the United States. So, okay. Where's your marketing folks? I think we could probably work on that. But this is really meeting an important need. And I was really excited to be here just a few weeks ago, as many of us were, just to the grand opening of the expanded plant. Little did we know even then that the world would be facing the shortage that we're facing right now. But we knew, all of us, even then, that this was a big deal. This was something that is really important to the future, not only of Pennsylvania, but this country. And so this is really something that I think we need to celebrate. Now, all of us knows that no one solution is going to solve this problem, and ByHeart, as important as it is, by itself is not going to solve it, but every bit helps, and this really helps, and in a very timely way. And supporting the new formula facilities as they open and as they expand is one piece of the puzzle for all of us in the public policy sphere to keep in mind. So I was proud to invest 1.75, well, my administration and the Commonwealth was proud to invest $1.75 million to support the expansion of ByHeart's facility right here in Reading through the RACP program. I keep asking, is it RACP or RCAP?
They say RCAP.
RCAP, so it's RCAP. It's RACP. See, we can't agree. And it's a bipartisan thing, right? We can't agree on this. But anyway, it's just one way that I think we're investing in innovative Pennsylvania companies. We were talking earlier, the Secretary of Agriculture and I are really big fans of transforming Pennsylvania agriculture and doing exactly what ByHeart is doing to make organic products a central part of our food chain. And the Commonwealth is doing what it can to help. The point is, ByHeart is not only building a better feeding future for families, they're building a lot bigger and better infrastructure for our agriculture. They're also supporting good paying jobs. They're supporting the dairy industry, which really needs to be supported. Right now, the milk, I think, comes primarily from New York, but Mia was saying it's going to be coming from Pennsylvania, and that's really important. And that leads to economic growth right here in Berks County, right here in Pennsylvania. To the entire ByHeart team, I want to say thank you for the important work you're doing here in Pennsylvania. At a time when so many families are struggling, your hard work, Mia, you and your team, is really more important than ever. And I am promised to keep doing everything that I can to support Pennsylvania families, including supporting innovative companies like ByHeart. I know that together we can build a better future for families all across Pennsylvania. Thank you, and now I'm very proud to turn this over to Isabella Torres, who will give you a few points in terms of what this whole thing means to her. Isabella.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isabella Torres. I am 19 years old, Reading High School graduate, and I will starting college soon at Harcum College this upcoming August. I am also a proud mother to my son, Mateo. My son is only 3 months old. He's starting to respond to noises, putting everything in his mouth, and he needs his diaper changed a lot. But he's also hungry. Despite my efforts to breastfeed, the best decision that I could have made was to choose formula. My baby and I, decide everybody, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm choking. They say breast is best, however, we say that fed is best. And I am not alone. Many mothers rely on formula. Some moms are unable to breastfeed due to inadequate supply or just health issues in general. Other mothers work in low-wage jobs that lack health insurance and don't afford them to have the time to breastfeed. Moms like me have been desperate to find the right formula. I know some parents have crossed the state lines, posted on social media, or made their own formula in an effort to feed their children. Moms and babies with allergies metabolic conditions, or other tummy troubles are left wondering, what comes next? Will I have to add extra water to my formula, which can be extremely dangerous? Can I take the day off work to travel to find what I need? Can we afford it? Today, I stand here worried for my family, but also grateful and most importantly, hopeful. I am grateful that the governor and the first lady have been dedicated to food security for the past 7 years. The governor and the first lady have proposed policies, funded initiatives, and been tireless advocates, which I am truly grateful for. Additionally, the governor has put forward proposals that would help working families get higher wages, more time off, and better benefits. Mateo and I need these supports. I am hopeful that these investments in facilities like ByHeart will increase baby formula production and ensure that this problem will never happen again, and all families have access to the vital supply that they need. Thank you for allowing Mateo and I to share our story. And here's going to be now the Secretary of Reading. I'm sorry.
I like that new title, Russ. Congratulations.
Yeah, Isabella, thank you. She introduced me as the Secretary of Reading, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's perfect.
That's a promotion.
It is perfect. Yes, it's a promotion. Thank you. You know, there is comfort standing here. You know, we felt the same way several weeks ago when we came for the grand opening and recognition of the FDA's approval of ByHeart. And I'll say it again, it's just really nice to be here knowing what this plant provides, right? And to all of us who have watched this crisis play out over the last some months, to be able to stand on our own soil of Pennsylvania and recognize that we are both providing a solution or a partial solution to the crisis is really comforting. And to know that there are folks who have been at this for years and have not given up, right? I'm sure there were moments, Mia, along the way that you're not really sure, how does this come together? Will we ever receive that FDA approval that is so critical? And it happens. And so we arrive here grateful and very thankful, both for ByHeart and the team that has persevered, but also had a vision for both what we can do in the state, but also the connection between production and consumption, and making sure that those who are most vulnerable, the infants and children among us, have access to a formula that is also unique. It is of the plants that are making the infant formula. It is whole, grass-fed, organic milk. Right? It is differentiated by both the plant and what is produced here. And that was born out of Mia's sort of vision, right? That what you would ask yourself about what access do we have, what options do we have, and the outcome of that, of course, was, as a good mother response, produce the product that you want to see in that marketplace. So, Mia, thank you very much for what you and the team here at ByHeart have done. I want to say thank you to the governor and First Lady, who have been extraordinary in so many ways over the years of both what Isabella mentioned in terms of food and food access. And very proud to and humbled to be in an administration that food is recognized as a basic human right. Right? Having access to it, irrespective of age, irrespective of where you are, where you live, and where you call home, you have access to food. And we try to provide that across the state, and we see it every day, both in our production capacity and the policies that we create and what we fund and support, to include ByHeart. It's another installment of the commitment of the governor to food, to agriculture, to a community and community solutions, but also a civil society, making sure that we can feed ourselves. So, Governor, thank you for that. To the ByHeart team, the vision that you set forth, just again to say, you looked at it from the standpoint of a mother, you looked at it from the standpoint of parents, the nutrition benefits, the jobs, but as noted by the governor, also from an agricultural standpoint. And we are steeped in history of dairy, and we're proud of that, but we're also excited about the innovation, about the entrepreneurial spirit, and about the opportunities that are here to supply over time. As ByHeart grows, we'll grow with you. So thank you for that commitment. And just to say, we are so appreciative of what you are doing to feeding this future, and the commitment that you've made to feed that future in so many ways. So congratulations to you, and thank you, and the governor and first lady, thank you very much. Everything that we do is a partnership with our legislature, and food security issues is among that list as well, and the Pennsylvania Farm Bill, which we're all proud of. But that wouldn't have happened without the governor's leadership, but also Judy Schwank, Senator Judy Schwank, and the work that she has done over time on ag issues, minority chair of the Senate Ag Committee. So, Senator Schwank, welcome.
Thank you, Les. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, and thank you, Mia. I've been so happy to work with you and your brother, Ron. It's really been a pleasure. Thank you for hosting us here today, and certainly thank you, Governor Wolf and Mrs. Wolf. Both of you have been there on the ground here in Berks County to help acknowledge the issues of food security. Mrs. Wolf was with us in Reading at Mary's Shelter, which, by the way, has received donations of ByHeart to help provide formula for the babies that are being raised there. And she was, in fact, here the last time we visited. Both of you, First Lady, as well as Governor, your commitment to food security in the Commonwealth is something that I haven't seen in my 11 years as a state senator, and I'm so proud to serve with you, and you're inspiring in terms of how you've stepped up to the plate on issues such as this. And who knew the last time that we were here that this would be the issue that we would be facing, this dire shortage of baby formula. It truly is a unique confluence of events, for sure. I can recall early last winter, when I came out to this plant with my staff and took a look at the facility and understood some of the needs that were the infrastructure that needed to be invested in here. I was excited about the project, and I remember calling you, Secretary Redding, immediately after that visit and saying, this is something that we've got to get on our list of priorities. Russ, I think you had a virtual tour of the plant, or did you actually come through? Virtual tour. And so that's how this whole story started, with the state's investment in ByHeart. And boy, am I glad that we did. It makes perfect sense, as the governor said, from every standpoint, from jobs as well as being able to provide a wholesome product and to help support our food manufacturing and dairy industries here in the Commonwealth and the nation, as a matter of fact. With newborns, or any child for that matter, there's so many things that you have to consider. Isabella said it really, really well. Certainly all the doctor's checkups, making sure your home is baby-proofed and safe, having all the supplies you need, like diapers, right? All the things that you have to learn, particularly for first-time parents, and most certainly having the product that you need to feed and nourish your baby. That is critically important. I cannot imagine the feeling that a mom and dad have when they go to a store and the shelves are empty in terms of being able to purchase the baby formula that they need. So ByHeart, you're stepping in at exactly the right time. And with the product, beyond filling a need that we have right now, it's a product that takes us leap years ahead in terms of nutrition for infants as well. So it's important not to lose sight of that. We have all the tools we need to produce that infant formula right here in the Commonwealth. We have that strong agricultural and food product knowledge and base here in the Commonwealth. And we have organic inputs as well. In fact, it's growing here in the Commonwealth. So we'll be able to support that as well. We've got the skilled workers that are needed to make these products and to withstand the scrutiny of the FDA. That was critically important. I think it shouldn't be minimized how hard it is to get over that threshold to be able to produce this product here and get their seal of approval. ByHeart recognized everything that Pennsylvania brought to the table and now is perfectly positioned to ease this shortage by releasing their final products, canned here in the Commonwealth, right here in Berks County, to the rest of the country. That's pretty special, isn't it? It's an amazing, amazing thing. We know it's not going to happen overnight, but it will make a difference in time. So again, I want to say thank you to the entire ByHeart team for calling Berks County home and for producing a product that we can be proud of to say that came from Berks County and will be, just the right thing for our children and children throughout the nation, and perhaps even further than that. I want you to know and understand that probably you'll be looking at more expansion. Call us. Let us know. This is a perfect example of how those investments that the Commonwealth makes in industrial capacity, what a difference it can make in a community and even in the world as we talk about this particular product. I'm certainly standing ready to help. And before certainly I introduce our wonderful Congresswoman, who does a great job representing the city of Reading and Berks County in Washington, D.C. I'm going to put the marker down now. I want to get a chance to squeeze a baby before I leave today. So I just want you to know, Isabella, I'm coming up there. Thank you, everyone. Congresswoman.
You've only got one. You better rush. Yeah, Mateo, she's coming for you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Chrissy Houlihan. I represent us down in Washington, D.C., and I'll keep my remarks very brief because I know it's hot and I will echo much of what you've just heard. But I am the only federal representative who is standing here today, so I'd like to make sure that I also address what's going on the national level and how it is very much in sync with our efforts and opportunities here in Berks County. As we all are acutely aware, the formula crisis is very much affecting every corner of our country, but most communities are not as fortunate as ours to have a manufacturer like ByHeart literally right here in our backyard. And so that's why I feel it is definitely my duty and my responsibility to take the lessons that we are learning here and ensure that other communities can see the very same successes we are rightfully recognizing here today in Reading and Berks. You see, I also have had several meetings with ByHeart coming through here starting in the late winter time frame. And after meeting with representatives of ByHeart a short while ago, I learned that we need to do more to support federal grant resources for rural development programs. The very same type of program that helped to expand ByHeart's footprint in our very own community. I've always maintained that our best ideas down in Washington come from these kinds of constituent meetings, and I will very much be working with my colleagues in Congress and those of us who are behind me to make sure that we secure that additional funding through the federal appropriations process as well. But that's not the only talk of funding in Congress regarding this crisis. 2 weeks ago, the democratically controlled House passed an emergency supplemental funding bill that would put more formula on our shelves. While a small number of Republicans joined our efforts, there is unfortunately no path in the Senate where a 60-vote threshold will be reached for this. So we need to take other measures. So at that very same time that week, I did join a bipartisan group of my colleagues who urged the President Biden and his administration to invoke the Defense Production Act, or DPA, to address this crisis nationally. And I'm very appreciative and thankful to President Biden that he responded and did so, in addition to taking other decisive executive actions, including Operation Fly Formula, which has already resulted in 1.5 million 8-ounce bottles being delivered to the states, including here in our Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Very importantly in this conversation, this is neither a red nor blue issue. This is a family issue. We all want to give our mothers and parents the ease of mind and the peace of mind that they deserve when it comes to feeding their children. And sourcing dairy product from within our local farmers, as Secretary Redding mentioned, is a win-win-win. So I will conclude my remarks by first of all thanking ByHeart for their vision, for their disruptive idea that brings us here today. Not only are they producing a unique and special and innovative formula, but they're doing it with a heart and a supply chain that has integrity, and making sure that they're taking care of community and employees as well, which is one of the reasons why I was first attracted to this particular business model. I'd also very much like to thank the governor and all of our elected statewide officials as well, and the First Lady, for all of the things that they have done to bring resources and food during this very, very difficult crisis to our communities. And with this parting message is that our communities, as the Senator said, we tend to attract the best workforce, the best kind of innovation that this country has to offer. And our federal, state, and local leaders who are here today, we remain committed. We remain that we are going to make sure that our nation and our part of the nation is leading in these very most complex issues and leading in supporting our local businesses who are very much at the forefront of that process and progress. And with that, I thank you, and I will hand it back over to the governor.
Thank you, Chrissy. I'll moderate, but I'm sure there are questions for me. Any questions? Yes.
Governor, as you mentioned, I was just speaking with a member of the local dairy industry here, a local dairy farmer, and she pointed to one of the things you mentioned, how the milk going to some of these processing plants is coming from New York and Ohio and not from here in Pennsylvania.
Right.
How do we improve the connection for plants like this with our local dairy farmers?
That's a great question. And Mia, I'm going to let you answer that.
Thank you for asking that question. The fact that we have opened a manufacturing facility in the Commonwealth means that we can build an ecosystem of highest quality partnerships that are part of our company and a part of our product. We have a unique ability to also take in raw milk, different forms. That means that we can be flexible in the way that we partner with our ingredient partners. Our ingredient partners are a very important part of the soul of our company. We partner long-term with contracts. That means that we get to know these partners, their values, and together we innovate. And so it is a first starting point that we have now launched infant formula manufacturing so that now we can build that ecosystem of partners and create more demand opportunity for farmers locally.
I think the point is the plant is in Pennsylvania, it's in Berks County, and the supply line is going to be a lot shorter for farmers, dairy farmers in Pennsylvania than from any other part of the country. And it's also going to be helpful for us. We were talking about that. One of the things the Secretary and I are working on is trying to build the organic, basically brand in Pennsylvania, and this really helps. Anything else? Yes.
We haven't seen any ByHeart products in our grocery store shelves yet. I don't know if I've just overlooked it. Or
I'm
is it
sure
on its
you
way,
did, but
can you talk about how your supply chain is working?
This is your chance to sell me.
Yes, so we launched our ByHeart infant formula just in March. Within the first 6 days, we actually sold into every state across the U.S., which we feel really proud of. But we are currently selling on ByHeart.com and servicing customers as both subscribers who join a feeding plan as well as who buy a la carte. We do have plans to increase to retail distribution. That is important because we are a critical sole source nutrition for babies, and we want to be available and accessible to parents everywhere they need us to be. So look out for retail distribution following e-com launch.
So it would probably be, if a mom is looking to purchase ByHeart, going online right now might be the best way to do that.
We are currently servicing our existing customers who are both subscribers and a la carte who receive their formula to their doorstep. You sign up with us and we deliver it directly to your home, but retail is soon to follow. Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, thank you. It's hot out here. We'll let you get going. Appreciate your being here. And again, this is a wonderful thing for Pennsylvania. Thank you, Mia, for everything you've done to make Pennsylvania proud.
Thank you.
Thank you.
economic development right here in Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf has been an incredible supporter of ByHeart and our innovation and our efforts to scale highest quality infancy. Houlihan. Governor Wolf has been an incredible supporter of creating opportunities to continue to scale and to create highest quality nutrition for our babies here in the U.S.
That we could support this and be the home to this, because as I say, you really make us proud, and it's a wonderful thing for Pennsylvania to be able to lay claim to the first baby formula manufacturer to open up, I think, in 15, facing the shortage that we're facing right now. But we knew, all of us, even then, this was a big deal. This was something that was really important to the future, not only of Pennsylvania, but this country. And this really helps in a very timely way. And supporting the new formula facilities as they open and as they expand is one piece of the puzzle for all of us in the public policy sphere to keep in mind. So I was proud to invest 1.75, well, it's bipartisan. But anyway, it's just one way that I think we're investing in innovating Pennsylvania companies. We were talking earlier, the Secretary of Agriculture and I are really big fans of transforming. It's going to be coming from Pennsylvania. That's really important. That leads to economic growth right here in Berks County, right here in Pennsylvania. To the entire ByHeart team, I want to say thank you for the important work you're doing. Families are struggling. Your hard work, Mia, you and your team, is really more important than ever. And I have promised to keep doing everything that I can to support Pennsylvania families, including supporting innovative companies like
Help working families get higher wages, more time off, and better benefits. Mateo and I need these supports. I am hopeful that these investments in facilities like ByHeart will increase baby formula production and ensure that this problem will never happen again.
Produced here. And that was born out of Mia's sort of vision, right? That what you would ask yourself about what access do we have, what options do we have, and the outcome of that, of course, was, as a good mother response, humbled to be an administration that food is recognized as a basic human right? Having access to it, irrespective of age, irrespective of where you are, where you live, and where you call home, you have access to food. And we try
in ByHeart, and boy, am I glad that we did. It makes perfect sense, as the governor said, from every standpoint, from jobs as well as being able to provide a wholesome product. And to that matter, there's so many things that you have to consider. Isabella said it really, really well. Certainly all the doctor's checkups, making sure your home is baby-proofed and safe, having all the supplies you need, like diapers, right? Well, so it's important not to lose sight of that. We have all the tools we need to produce that infant formula right here in the Commonwealth. We have that strong agricultural and food product knowledge and base here in the Commonwealth, and we have organic this product here and get their seal of approval. ByHeart recognized everything that Pennsylvania brought to the table and now is perfectly positioned to ease this shortage by releasing their final products.
With my colleagues in Congress and those of us who are behind me to make sure that we secure that additional funding through the federal appropriations process as well. But that's not the only talk of funding in Congress regarding this crisis. 2 weeks ago, the democratically